Hey, truth seekers, welcome back. Zach here. Let's take a moment to talk about the scripted ending of the Wizards defeating the Celtics in Game 1 in Washington, D.C. Before this game was played, I talked about it yesterday, and this is exactly what I said before the game. Let's revisit it because it's crucial. After the Spurs blew out the Rockets at home, in this year's NBA playoffs, teams at home facing elimination were 0-10. The Rockets were the 10th team to get closed out at home. Last night, the Wizards had the possibility of being the 11th team to get closed out at home, but I suggested why they might win. That's what we're going to get to. Again, the Spurs blew out the Rockets by 39 points, making the Rockets the 10th team to lose at home. For as long as I've been here, I've been talking about the Spurs in 39, especially with Steph Curry and the Spurs. And here they are facing off in the Western Conference Finals. Steph Curry has so many 39 tributes against the Spurs in his playing career. Go back and see my past videos. Anyhow, what I said is if the Wizards won last night, it would improve the record to 1-10. And why did that matter? Because the word president equals 110. Washington, D.C., the Wizards, where the president resides. And what I caught after the game made me laugh. After the game, when the Wizards won, let me shrink myself down here, they put up this stat. Wizards, first home win facing elimination since 1988. And I said, you got to be kidding me. Not only do we get the president tribute, now it's the first time since 88, 29 years ago, from 88 to 2017, 29 years. Notice the name Trump equals 88. Huge number for Trump. If you're new to my channel, I've been talking about Donald Trump in 88 since way before he was the president. Trump, 88, first time in D.C., winning in this situation since 88. 29 years later, the name Trump also has gematria of 29. And again, the star player of the Wizards is John Wall. Donald Trump ran on building a wall. What you need to understand, and what I've been explaining, and what a lot of people can't get their minds around, is that all of this stuff is scripted way in advance. The sports leagues have been scripted out so many decades ahead. Every year, every sports season, the winner was chosen years ago. Every year, sports is nothing but theater. The champions were picked long ago. Same with the presidents. The presidents are born and groomed and raised to be. And what's going on in this world are people are being birthed and named accordingly for their future roles. President, basketball player, actor, news anchor. This is how you can have such a John Wall in Washington, D.C. at the same time the president is Donald Trump, who ran on building a wall. Look at this. Wall 48, like Donald Trump 48, like Cleveland 48, like James 48. Why are Cleveland and James here? Because Donald Trump had his convention in Cleveland. LeBron James, the star player of that team, has now a hit show about a wall at the same time as Donald Trump. And remember, on November 10th, Barack Obama congratulated the Cleveland Cavaliers for winning the championship. The same day Donald Trump visited the White House for the first time in his lifetime. And that evening, it was a Thursday, November 10th. Thursday night football was the Cleveland Browns playing the Ravens right next to the White House. Not to mention the Ravens used to be the Cleveland Browns. Maryland equals 88 like Trump as well, where D.C. is. So anyway, this win, it also came May 12th, which is the 132nd day of the year. The Wizards win the first time since 88, May 12th, the 132nd day of the year. Look at how many rooms there are at the White House, 132. And you know what? With regards to the 88 thing, let's take it a step further. Washington, D.C., the White House built for George Washington, who also has the 88 gematria. George Washington, 88. First time since 88, presidential tribute on the 132nd day of the year. Just in case you don't know that May 12th is the 132nd day of the year, all you have to do is with a web search, just punch in May 12th. It'll pull it right up. May 12th, 132nd day of the year. You see? So United States of America equals 132, so does Catholic Church, so does England. Where Washington, D.C. used to be the Catholic colony. Done a lot of work exposing the connection between Catholic Church and professional sports as well as collegiate. Notice this also tied the series at 3-3, a lot like 33. Federal equals 33. The leading scorer was Bradley Beal, who scored 33 points. John Wall, the star of the team, hit the game winner. And here's what was so stupid about his game-winning shot. Well, I didn't take the best picture here, but his game-winning shot was a bomb, a three-pointer from way behind the line when he still had time to get closer to make a closer shot and being only down 2 points. Why would you ever take a super deep three way behind the line when you have time to get off a better shot? Every trained basketball player knows you make use of your time, you get off your best, highest percentage shot. A bomb from way behind the three-point line when you don't even need that, with time on the clock, is about the stupidest thing you could ever do. Now somebody will say, well, he made the shot and he won, but here's what people aren't getting. These games are way more scripted than you know, and technology is being used in the NBA to ensure scores. It has something to do with magnetics, advanced technology. There's a reason how Jess Kersey died at the beginning of this year's playoffs, and all the headlines said he had a magnetic personality. These games are scripted to the point, and there are moments set up where plays are intended to happen at certain times. This play was so scripted, he had to get off that shot then because I'm sure he was instructed. There might be somebody on the sideline yelling at him, now, something like that. Something like that is going on because so often these huge shots are hit with the perfect amount of time on the clock, the symbolic amount of time. When he hit this shot, when it went through the basket, they stopped the clock right at 3.5. And there's leeway here. They could stop it at 3.1, 3.8, but they stopped it at 3.5 for a reason. This was a shot to beat the Celtics, which have gematria of 35. And again, everything about the NBA, the tributes always point to LeBron James, King James. He's the face of the league. Again, King James has a hit TV show about a wall right now. John Wall, the big shot that put it through with 3.5 left. King James equals 35, just like Celtics. And again, just here it also emphasizes that he hit the three with 3.5 seconds remaining because it's truly all scripted this way. It's all planned. That bucket's going in for sure because the technology is making sure the shot goes in. And you got the clock probably set up to make sure it stops right at 3.5. You're watching sports theater anytime you watch a professional sports event. Meaning it's a performance, pre-written, predetermined. Your actors are the men in the jerseys. Also, the total points, 92-91. That's a sum of 183. Guess what that points to again? LeBron James. As always. As always. This is King James's league. We'll see who King James ends up facing. I've been suspecting that they'll face the Celtics. There's a narrative there with The Godfather, which I've been talking about. LeBron wearing reading The Godfather the last time he was in Boston. But, you know, if it didn't end up being LeBron versus the Celtics, which makes a lot of sense this year. Remember, Celtics equals 71, 71st season of the NBA. If it wasn't the Celtics, I mean, you could see the narrative for Cavs and Wizards too, with Donald Trump having his convention in Cleveland and then LeBron James facing the team from D.C. Again, Trump and the Cavs were in the White House the same day, November 10th. So we could see where they could go with this narrative, but understand, this is the reason we're seeing Celtics versus Wizards awaiting LeBron James. So I think it's going to be the Celtics that face him, but you know, if it's the Wizards and Wall, the narrative will be clear why. And no matter which team faces him, I'm pretty sure we're going to see LeBron advancing to the finals for the 7th time in a row. If it's Boston, I definitely think it's going to Game 7. LeBron's going to win in the Garden, as they call it. So I'll link these posts down below. Be sure to share your friends and family. Share this information with them. Wake them up. Let them see what's going on. You know, a lot of evidence here to prove my points. Until next time, True City.